What is going on, everybody? Give everybody a second to get in if they're going to get in, and maybe start this thing in about 2 minutes. Notice a new look. Just got tired of being in the basement all night, so maybe try to come out here in the garage, and I can be a little louder. Maybe not. Maybe I could just feel not so boxed in, and maybe the brain won't feel so boxed in. I flow a little more freely on my own, and give you guys a show that I think you deserve. So that's the plan going forward. I know I'm going to keep letting more people get in, but pretty excited to be here. I got some things I want to talk about. Just had a conversation with the future guest / prior guest that I'm actually really excited to share. First thing, I'm going to get it. Got 3 of you guys watching so far. My man. No, it's just my iPad. I'm just using my iPad in the garage, and it's actually, you just use the center stage. So I can be like over here, like you gotta watch me, man. Gotta stick with me, motherfucker. I'm over here now. But I'll try not to do that shit because it's Friday night. You guys drinking, smoking, whatever. I'll turn it off if it gets annoying. Just let me know. But yeah, dude, Alder, man, thank you so much. I know you're like, I could say like one of the 4 of the major probably listeners of this show, and you know, I'm glad to be back. I'm hoping to get you back on. I definitely want to chat if you want to get on after, you know, I do my little spiel here. I don't know if you could see it, but I did put the link for that in the comment section as always, man. David, brother, I appreciate it. That's definitely who I was talking to just before we started, and got a pretty cool story to share about that. But yeah, man, there's I guess one thing you'll notice, I guess go ahead and address the elephant in the room. I am officially and forever. This is a solo show. I'm going to take the reins and just run with it. It's going to be the same concept. We're really gonna drive in some mental health things as the winter really set in. And I went for my yearly VA checkup. They told me that for the first time ever, I have vitamin D deficiency. Which, if you guys know me, I mean, I get outside. I like to be active, like to play my disc golf and stuff like that. But it's just so windy sometimes here, and the weather really hasn't been so cold here this winter. But it's been hard to get out. For those of you that know me personally, it's been a lot harder to get out these last 2 months, because if you have been following the show since, I don't know, we're close to start a year ago. But right around the time we posted it, I think I said, you know, me and my wife were expecting our second child. Our second child was born a couple weeks early, December 6th. So it's been some adjusting. It's been great. I have been blessed with the most wonderful wife that I could possibly ever ask for. And for that, I'll always be so thankful. And it's not just a thing, and I truly mean it. She's probably sleeping right now because she doesn't get much time to do that. But you know, I love you, and I'm truly thankful to have you in my life and these kids. You know, it's been a while since I've been on here. You know, starting to it's gonna be probably an emotional one for me. So strap in. Last time we posted a show, October 17th, 2023. That is crazy. That is just about 4 months. It'll be 4 months tomorrow. So I know, just like you guys, a lot has been going on in my world. I'll share with you that now. Just say, you know, again, to drive home the point of the show is you are not alone. You know, we're all going through it. we're all fighting the fight, and we all have our days. We all have to continue to remind ourselves how important it is to be in the moment and be thankful for everything that you have. Something I can't remember where I got it recently. I heard it, and it's just like been ringing in my brain ever since, man, is you deserve the life you earned. You worked hard, man. You've been through some shitty days. You've been through some rough patches in your life, and you deserve it. So go out and be happy, go out and be great. This is what it's all about. I don't know. A little more emotional, I guess. Short, quick shout out to my mom. Happy birthday today. And that's not why I'm emotional. I don't know why I'm emotional. It's just because I'm an emotional guy. So I wear it proudly. This is who I am. I want to ask you guys a question before I tell you a story. And that question is, do you suffer from negative self-talk? Do you beat yourself up? Are you that drill sergeant to yourself? Do you still hear that in your head every time you do something? We're going to chat about that a little later. I want to share a story with you guys. New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, or I think it was New Year's Eve, in the evening time. I'm just laying down with the family. We've been sharing, all 6 of us, including my 2 dogs, have been sharing a bed lately, and it's been great. But anyways, New Year's Day, get a message from Ben, one of our former guests. I had it written down when he was on, but I want to say, without sitting here getting too carried off into the phone, see if it pulls up. He was on, it was a while back, obviously, because we have not done this in a bit, but Ben is the founder of Foundations Baseball. He teaches coaches kids baseball up in the Seattle area. He was on, I don't know, it was a while back. But he ran into another former guest, future guest, who I've been speaking to, David. His Facebook thing says Snowis. Ben said it was another. I feel bad. I look for you on Facebook too. You're gonna have to send me a Facebook friend request, bro, because you completely fucking pumped me up with this message I'm about to read. I don't think. So they got together. They live close to each other, and they bumped into each other a few times. Benjamin messaged me that he had, ran into David at his local watering hole. And, it's just, I don't know, man, it's just something about that was like, I didn't know these guys before I started the show, or before we started the show. I don't mean to say in a way like, perfect, my man. I don't mean to say like my man KZ didn't exist and do other than help me build this foundation to this thing, man. Like, brother, if you ever hear this thing, whatever went down between us, man, I would love to have you even just get on this thing and let's just fucking go again, man. We had some good chemistry. We had it going. I probably fucked it up. I do that, let's talk about it. Anyways, so they get together, and I finally just got around to asking them, because I'm ADHD as fuck, so sometimes I'll get around and I'll forget. But I finally asked today, like, how did you guys bump into each other? You just told me, like, they kind of run into each other every once in a while. And then, David actually messaged me, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, when I posted something about, let me do one thing first. When I posted something from the Veteran Chat Project page, like randomly out of nowhere, and he's like, when are you going to start this thing back up? Hopefully it's not never, and that was pretty inspiring. So I've definitely been thinking about that for the last week. And this one, it's something I think we've talked about too in some of the last readings, is just how things just happen, like when you answer the call, things happen, right? When you're doing something that your gut is just like, hey man, you should be doing this. You should pick up the mic and sit down and fucking hang out and talk to your phone for a little bit, talk to your iPad, and the 5 or 6 people that want to tune in. But anyways, so I told him, the big reason I started wanting to get back up is, everyone gets lonely, right? That's what we were talking about. I had to take care of some personal business, obviously with the family. I was working and everything, so it's hard to get back going, but going again. And, we had that momentum. Hopefully it grabs hold again. You have made a difference already. And like I said, when I was on, if I reach one fucking person, it's all worth it. And dude, and like, I swear to God, that's what I said. That's what we said when we started this thing. I'll spill my fucking soul if it helps this one person, dude. I've never been the person to sit here and cry on live fucking whatever. I'm doing it, not crying, but you see that shit. It's kind of tearing up. Not anymore. It was. Don't judge. So, being in therapy and being on your podcast inspired me to be more open about my own struggles. About 5 or 6 of his friends have come up to him and asked, like, to put him on that path. And, that again, so you're changing lives, doing for the better. So what you're doing is good work. And I'm glad to see you back at it. Like, dude, you have no idea how much that meant. Just from someone who wasn't even a part of my life or someone I didn't know before this whole, Veteran Chat project got started. And yeah, man, it's truly the reason why I'm going to keep going. So thank you for that. I really hope to God that people hear that and just share the shit away. I might not be the best host. I might get boring. I might ramble. I might lose people as I'm rambling, but you know what? I just want to, try to be better. And the way I was doing that was doing this show every once in a while and being able to hold myself accountable to a group of people that may be trying to do the same, trying to want to do better. Or, like, again, we've all been through it. We're all going through it. We're all here to help, So yeah, 4 months. Our last show was Mike Rock. The man, the myth, the motherfucking boss, Superman himself, the guy who tracks down the people that are trying to get after your kids in the worst possible way, and he puts them away or helps them get put away. And mainly, though, what he does outside of superhero, his passion is making movies. Last time we had him on, we talked about one of his movies, Tahoe Joe, which is on Tubi if you want to check it out, because the sequel is coming out and you may catch a 10 to 12 second glimpse of your boy doing a little shout out. Yeah. So I'm a movie star now. No big deal. No big deal. Just a fucking, Hollywood, North Dakota star. No big deal, guys. But no, that should be coming out soon. Big shout out to Mike, my brother. That dude is, again, Alder put us together with him, and that dude is an amazing human being. And I'm blessed to even be able to share an episode and say that he was part of one. Just the things that he does and the things that he stands for is everything we want in this show. And then the people that listen to this show, represent this show, support this show. Something I picked on a little bit when I did the short stint as the Groundbreakers Union is, in the military, we don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what your religion is, race, creed, color, none of that shit. Like, I'm not one of those people, I don't see color. No, I see it. I see you. I understand people's struggles. Like, we all have struggles. We're all here. Pain is glue to me. Pain is an adhesive. The broken attract the broken, because the people that aren't broken or have never admitted to being a little bit wrong or toxic or broken or, fucked up, it's hard for them to kind of get on the same page with you or agree, or at least openly. And then, truth be told, it's really hard to have conversations about your mental health, especially because it's perceived as weakness. But I'm telling you guys, it's really not, because once you start having these conversations with yourself and really kind of start talking back to those automatic negative thoughts, that self-talk we were talking about earlier, that I want to get back into a little bit. I know I'm not the only one that just literally has to like talk back to the negative voice in my head. Sometimes I do it out loud and people are like, this motherfucker's crazy, but they caught me. So yeah, man. So that's what's been going on. Family, friends. Well, not many friends. It's so yeah, man. Back to self doubt. Another thing I did since we got our kids back in day. We got my firstborn back in daycare, so I was able to start working. So that's kind of another reason for the missed calls, I guess you could say, or the missed opportunities to not sleep or just scroll on my phone with boredom or any of that shit. But just to come out and go downstairs or go wherever, get in front of a camera and just fucking talk, man. Just literally sit and talk. It's been way too long and I feel good. It feels good to be here. So yeah, man, that self-doubt. It is, and that's all it is, dude. That's your fucking head telling you some shit that somebody else told you along the way. It's not true, man. Like it's really not true. You can actually fucking be happy if you try to. You have to really try. You have to fucking work through all your bullshit. You have to find somebody that's willing to help you work through your bullshit, whether that be a therapist, whether that be a spouse, a friend, a podcast host, a fucking podcast listener, a fellow friend, a fellow veteran, someone who's into the same shit, whatever it is, man. Like, I think I seen on a Theo Vaughn a thing as I was scrolling through. I shared one of them the other day on the Veteran Chat Project page, but I think he was sitting there and that it was just like a thing saying, he was interviewing Sean Strickland and he started crying about, and he's like, hey, bro, like, we don't have to talk. Like, we can just sit here. And like, dude, like, that's one of those ones. It's like, okay, I'm going to put the phone down now because, that was like the message I needed to hear while I was, scrolling or whatever. I'm weird like that. But so, yeah, man, like just to be present with somebody in their time of need, to be able to just like the guy, like Dave said, man, like if you really try, you can put a dent. You can really help some people. And I wish, and it's, it's that survivor's guilt and that self-doubt talk again. But, it's like, I wish I had this set of balls to do this kind of thing way sooner. But that's that kind of thinking, we got to get away from, all we can do is be grateful for the fact that we're here and doing it right now. And I'm not saying we, as in all of us in my head, I'm saying that like we, the royal we, the us, the tribe. I miss saying that, dude. Tribe shit. So yeah, dude, started working some little bar job. I won't say the name. They're a great place. She's a great owner. I just didn't, I don't know, man. I think the passion's gone from cooking for me. I don't really know necessarily what I want to be when I grow up anymore. Maybe it's a podcast host, so maybe it's, I don't know. I know the only thing I really want to be when I grow up is a father and a present parent in my kids' lives. A positive presence in my kid's life. That's the biggest thing that I need to keep telling myself. Don't just be present in my kid's life. Put the fucking phone down. Your kid, my 2-year-old, he's almost 3, man. He's coming up, hey, Dad, let's play. And, I'm like, okay, hell yeah, let's do it. And I can't wait for that to just keep going forever. I know they say, you gotta take that shit as it comes. And I don't want my kids to ever come to me and think that they can't talk to me. And, I think that's huge. I think I do put off kind of a vibe. If you don't, if you know me personally, or if you've seen me around where I live, you probably don't think that I'm much of a chatty person. I do have kind of resting bitch face, as they call it. A lot of us veterans kind of do. And it's not really anything more than, I just space out a lot. I think about a lot. I get myself into these bad moods where I could talk myself out of the best mood just by being like, well, there's that let some of that negative self-talk just creep in and start bleeding all over your fucking soul, dude. And that's what it does. It really does. Yeah, Carrington, you're right, bro. It goes so quick. It's crazy. Like, we went to lunch here in town, at Uptown Eatery. They hosted actually one of our first little events. We went to lunch there, and there's an older couple sitting next to us. We had our 2-month-old with us, and they were chatty with us, and you just they give you the whole it goes by so fast and don't take it for granted thing, and and obviously, like, you hear that and you notice it, and you don't really fully ever take note of it until your kid's almost 3, and then now you're holding this baby, and you're like, holy shit, like my big dude used to be this little dude, and now he's this, like, basically like little man. He comes to me and he like tells me what he needs, and he says please and thank you, and I get told that he's the politest little dude at daycare, and he's potty training, and I'm just like, man, like, I was too busy being so proud of all these things that I didn't really like stop to think, like, these are these moments that I'm going to forget. My wife has been really good at trying to, like, we try to write things down. We have little notebooks that we're trying to write things down in. We're pretty bad at remembering to write the things down, but we talk a lot about, like, like the little things that they say. Like, my oldest is like really into Spider-Man right now, so he just like comes around the corner. He's like, Spider-Man, and he just starts fucking like webbing me up, dude. And I'm like, act like I'm all fucked. Shit just fall to the ground. He starts dying laughing, bro. It's there's nothing that could have prepared me for how proud being a dad can make you feel. I shot top tank in the Army as a specialist, got called up. Granted, the tank commander I had, Sergeant Dawson, who was like our second guest, was a boss fucking tank commander. But it was one of the prouder moments in my life up until that point. Up until recently, where I'm like really starting to just be proud of watching my kid grow into the little man that he's becoming, and the good big brother that he is, and all these things. Even as I'm saying it, it's like it's because you and your wife are doing the right things, and I think I am. I don't know. Nobody knows truly, but if you think you are, then maybe you are. Try to limit the screen time and play with them. Just be present. Again, that present, presence of presence. Be there. Fucking be there. Just be there. It's the easiest thing you could do. You got a friend in need, man, you can call me. And I could, like I said, we don't got to talk, man. Sometimes you don't want to talk. Sometimes, hey, I just need someone to fucking sit here with me or FaceTime with me, or, I felt it as much as anything, and I didn't really know that's what I was feeling until I saw, of all people, fucking Theo Vaughn say it on his podcast. I think, I don't know. I watch a lot of reels. But yeah, man. So I definitely got carried away on something I wasn't really planning on talking about, but that's kind of how this thing rolls. If you're new here, get used to that. If you've been here, you're used to it. Paper hand puppets, that's dope. Yeah, so I got one buddy. He just back to the kids being amazing real quick. His kid's a teenager, and he does like those stop motion Lego videos. And he showed me some when we were in Minneapolis, and I'm like, dude, that's so fucking cool. You got to take like so many video or so many pictures to make a stop motion video that that's what you're doing for that whole day. So passion to purpose, man. There's something there. And it's our job as parents to not push, but to water the seeds and let them grow as they should. Apparently. I don't know. Again, I don't know shit. I just talk. I write fucking 5 words down on a notebook, and I sit down for 30 or so minutes and act like I know what I'm doing. So yeah, back to the job. It didn't work out, that one. I did find the hours weren't for me. I'm trying to do something during the day again, so I can be present in my kid's life. I want to be home every night for dinner. I want to cook dinner for my kids, all that stuff. But There is a couple passion projects I'm going to be working on coming up. Those will come out at a later date, but there's some big things on my brain lately. I've been in the plotting and scheming phase of a lot of little projects. They're they're getting there, as they all do with ADD brains and having babies and shit. There's projects and ideas in here that aren't total duds. Just like this thing. This thing makes me believe that some of the stuff that I think of is actually great. And in any way, shape, and form, I can make an impact in the veteran community. That's what I'm going to do. I know there's one thing I talked about last time is I fucking trailed off from the thing again. Hang on, let's go back to the job. It's that negative self-talk, man. I get myself into these situations with jobs, and I don't know. I think it's bad. It's just that passion. I lose the passion for the cooking. And I don't know if it's the passion for cooking or if it's just a passion for cooking for other people, because I know as a business owner of a very small landscaping business, that it is far more financially beneficial to you to own the business than to be an employee, especially when, it's hard. I've been in the industry. I'm not the top of the game by any means. I do have some skin in the game. However, it's hard to know that you're getting paid the same as your 18-year-old counterpart, or you can, like, I'm working in this kitchen and I'm making all this food from scratch, and the McDonald's that I drive past every day is hiring for the same price. And in my head, I'm like, I don't want to work at McDonald's, but it's like, I'm still making the same money as McDonald's. So what's the fucking point, So like the kitchen does become a very, very hard job to work in for that aspect, especially on someone who is trying to be more mental health focused. But my next job will be in a kitchen, and the passion will come back as I venture into owning my own little small piece of the food industry, whether that be like a small catering business or something like that. But I definitely want to do some private chef stuff, maybe do some barbecue events for veterans here in Fargo and in Minneapolis or whatever, take a trip, do some barbecues, get some things together and raise some money for some veteran organizations or stuff like that. So, the Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away, as they say. And my next job that I have lined up will have me working quite a bit at first. I do plan on doing these live shows bi-weekly. They be followed by the occasional interviews that I do offline. We have some good guests. There's going to be a lot of guests that I really want to get live on here, but I can't. Especially one, my boy Mackenzie, who we have been trying so hard to get together. But since he's been out of the Army, he has been just, doing the just got out of the Army after 20 years thing. And well, he's not doing a normal thing. He's actually doing some cool shit. He lives overseas now and is doing some contracting work. And I can't wait to talk to him. But again, overseas, we'll have to lock up some time schedule issues with that, but we'll probably won't be able to get him on live because I think he's like 8 hours ahead. I don't know. Anyways, disc golf. The disc golf thing is something that I have been kind of kicking around lately too. It's going to be like, I might call it Veteran Disc Project. It's going to be linked together very closely with this podcast show. This, I don't even really want to call it a podcast anymore because I want to be like a YouTube show. Like, I'm not going to jock my boy Joe, but I think YouTube's kind of the best platform for everything. I'm still going to post everything on Spotify, this and that, but it won't have video. I will want the video to be scene, because a lot of what I do and say, like I want my pretty ugly face seen. I want you guys to see the emotions that I go through being in this seat, and I want you to eventually come up, hit me up, and we'll get you scheduled whenever. Like you said, just yeah, man. I literally decided about 20 minutes before I posted that I was going to come back tonight and do this. That I was going to come back tonight and do this, and that's kind of how I roll. I've been planning it in my head, and one day the switch just hits, and it's time to fucking do it. And God puts me in the right place at the right time, and it's crazy. I've said God a couple times now, and I'm not super religious, but I do believe, and starting to hopefully think that I found a reason outside of my family to be not alive, but to live, and not to be fucking stuck in the puddle, stuck in the mud, stuck in the bullshit that I can so easily get stuck in, and that I know you guys can too. It's so fucking easy to just slip down, to just sit down and bury yourself in a bottle or smoke yourself retarded. I'm not gonna say I smoke, but not retarded. That's true. It's very true. I want to share that. I don't know how I can do it. Oh, there you go. You don't have to be religious to believe in God, and I think that needs to be more common of a thought. So yes, I believe that too. Spiritual. So yeah, man. Yeah. Disc golf, the Veteran Disc Project. There'll be something I want to do. I don't want it to just be a local thing in North Dakota. Although obviously, if you're gonna want to come, play some of the events that I might set up, or like it might just be some small shit at first. Obviously, as everything, you got to give it time to grow. Yeah, you're gonna have to come up here. I'm sorry. We'll do it in the summertime, so it's not so bad. But the ultimate goal with that is to maybe I'll walk into the VA and just start talking to some people. Hey, you ever played disc golf before? It's nice. It's sunny out. There's a course right here by our Fargo VA called Trollwood, and it's a pretty decent course. Nice little hike. It's on the Red River, so there's some elevation change. Little trees, nothing crazy. So I mean, you get a walk, you get some exercise, you get to hang out with some like-minded individuals. I'll be sure to make it exclusively like it's not like a booze fest. This isn't a party. Like, we're here to grow and become better people by, I don't want to say like by disc golfing, but like by disc golfing, man. It's something that really helped me in a time to get off my ass, and it's something I still do as much as I possibly can. I got my basket sitting right next to me for when I randomly decide to start putting in the wintertime. But so yeah, start going around, get people together, doing some small events, start a tags thing, and just kind of getting people into the sport, and not necessarily for the reason of growing the sport, because I think the sport's growing enough as it is. It's doing really good. But just to kind of get people off the fucking couch, man. Like, there is so much better shit outside than there is inside. I mean, I fucking love playing video games as much as the next guy. I bought a PS5 and I got to regret it because I got played it for like 2 months straight, or a month straight. And now I'm like, man, I don't even want to play that fucking thing no more, because it's like, as I'm almost 40, I feel like it's a waste of time, and like I feel like I was wasting time not doing this shit. And then I would start fucking the cycle again, and it was a whole deal. So PS5 for sale. No, I'm just kidding. Man, so if you guys are interested in disc golf, or if you want to play and you've never heard about it, I can look up the app. I could you give me your address, I'll find you a course, I'll give you directions to it, and I will mail you some discs. I got a fuckload. Maybe down the road I can talk to some manufacturers and get some Veteran Chat Project stamp discs going. Get you guys out there, man, and try to get some wholesale disc prices, so I could fucking just give them out. or send them out for giveaways or chats or whatever. Like I'm not really into I'm probably not going to do any shirts or hats anytime soon. Um, I did make my hoodies. People aren't into buying shit these days as much. It's fine. But I want this to be more of a. I guess if I could turn it into a nonprofit, I would. And maybe down the road, if it gets big enough, I will. But it will be something that I am going to start pushing in my spare time. What little bit of it I have, if you got something to do tomorrow, you're always going to fucking wake up to do it. And that's what I believe. So without fucking boring you guys too much more, yeah, that's really all I got for you tonight. Well, it's not, I fucking want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for still being here when I decided to get back on and do it. Not just being here as a listener, but being here as a human being for still existing. I thank you for that. And I think you should thank yourself. It's like Alder said, we all get stuck in these cycles. I get stuck in those cycles. It's hard. It's hard to get out of them when you start feeling guilty for being in them, and when you can actually see the damage that it does to the people around you. And you just hope to God that you can repair some of the damage that's been done, and some of the times that you weren't in control of your emotions. But time will tell those. Time will heal those wounds. If they won't, they won't. Whatever, I got shit to do. I'm not gonna. There's nothing back there for me except for lots of oopsies and what ifs. So yeah, it is. Especially as you get older. Like you said, it's harder as you get older, and especially harder as I would say never planned to have kids, but I never thought that I would be like, Mr. Dad for sure. It definitely makes you think about life a lot differently. You take a lot less risks, and you start thinking about some of the shit you did when you were younger. And I don't know how people, if you had kids while being in the military, I don't know, like my hat's off to you. That would definitely be something I would love to chat about. I'm sure there's a lot of people that would love to see those stories or hear that kind of shit, and know that you're not the only one that maybe was deployed when your firstborn was born or something like that. Man, I couldn't fucking imagine not being there. So, yeah, live for your children, live for yourself. At the end of the day, remember one thing for sure: you're not alone. Veteran Chat Project's here. We're going to make a difference. I love you guys. Peace.